Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick and today we're checking out Bosses Forever. This is by a developer known as 2DX, T-O-O-D-X, and it is a infinite tower climb of boss fights in the same vein as maybe what you'd expect from the end of a Mega Man stage, so it's actually a pretty cool concept. I am aware there's another game called Warning Forever which has a pretty similar element to it as far as gameplay goes. I do want to try that one as well, but this one just jumped out at me and I just thought I had to play it right now. So let's just very briefly look at what we have on the menu options here. We've got a character select. We can pick between two characters. That's it. Then we've got controls, which I already set up. We've got our credits there so you can see. And that's who made the game. Excellent music, by the way. So far I've enjoyed that very much. Instructions, very simple. One man, one gun, all of the bosses. Climb your way up the tower, defeating bosses. The bosses learn as you fight them. They learn from how you move and how you fight. They adapt to you, constantly improving. As the bosses get stronger, they gain new abilities. So we can play this either single-player co-op or, bro-op, as is becoming now the term. And we were just going to launch a single-player game. I am using Joy-to-Key on a 360 controller, in case you're wondering, as my usual preference when it comes to these style of games. So we are now learning how to control and move around. We've got a basic wall jump, and we've got a dash, and very cool, you'll see the shells from our discarded shots will actually pile up on the ground. I like that quite a bit. So our goal here, eliminate the bosses. That simple. Oh, he won't let me shoot him. Oh, there he is. Alright, he's put a shield up. He's learning. I don't know what to make of that boss exactly. He seems to have some very retro, like, 80s pointy sunglasses made out of pink plastic for whatever reason. That's all good, though. Alright, so here's the cool thing about this game. Every time you finish, it's going to actually allow you to choose whether you want to gain extra health, more health, or I should say restore your health, get more health, or gain bullet power. I'm going to choose bullet power to start, because I'm fairly confident that I'm going to be okay at this. The controls actually seem pretty solid. And I think with a little bit of practice, because this is my second time playing it, and the first time I actually only got to the second boss only because I wanted to just exit out to the main menu again, so I didn't actually try and play it competitively, but it was just for recording setup as always. Oh, so this guy's going to drop all kinds of bombs all over the stage, and he's going to throw some lasers at me. I don't think this is going to be too big of a challenge, though, so we're going to get through unscathed, thankfully. And we're going to go for a high score. I'm going to actually continue to gain bullet power, because the faster I can take this guy out, the less I have to worry about learning and adapting to his problems or strategies that he's going to throw my way. I am a little dismayed at the fact that... Oh, boss actually vanished for a moment there. I'm a little sad that the bosses are all the same sprite, but that is also probably just because the game is actually in early beta right now, so... they do mention a couple of times in the opening, like, don't try to judge the final product by what we have right now. It's probably not indicative of it, and that's cool. I just wanted to play it right now because it looked pretty cool anyway. So I'm going to continue to gain bullet power and see just how much damage I can do, and what kind of crazy strategies I'm going to have to... Whoa, see, maybe it's just the recording, but like when I take a hit, I guess in like typical Mega Man fashion, you get your invincibility frames for a few moments, and what that's doing is it's actually making it impossible for me to see my character for a moment. See, wow, I probably should have taken a hit there. But it's real bad, because when I hit the boss, it's actually making him invisible. I don't want that, that's real bad. I gotta, see what I'm doing here. Wow, he's still not dead. See, he disappeared for a while, I wasn't sure what was going on. I don't even know if you'll be able to tell what's going on from your end. Maybe this is all gonna look like nothing happened to you, but... Alright, we're gonna restore some health, because obviously I'm taking a little bit of a beating now. I'm gonna try to not be too phased by that problem I was just mentioning. Oh wow, he's got quite a few bombs already. Try and use my Meat Boy skills however I can. Alright, so he's dropping these little pink plasma balls that as I shoot them, they'll actually disperse into a bunch of lasers, which is pretty crazy. Wow, that probably should have killed me, but it didn't. I probably don't have much time left, though. I guess... Yeah, okay, that's the end for me. I guess I probably do need to put a little bit more health onto my character, so we're going to try another round of that. But so far, so good. I'm enjoying this very much. I could see this being a very engaging game, especially if new sprite art happens to show up for each boss. I think that'll make a huge difference. And again, please don't judge the fact that the dude is disappearing for so long. I think that's really just because I'm recording. It's one of the downsides of doing a first impression series where you don't get to really play the game beforehand. You don't know what the differences are going to be, and I'm going to find out as soon as this is over. It's going to take just a second for me to realize whether or not that's the case. Anyway, since this is free, I'm going to include a link to it in the description, and you guys can feel free to pass your own judgments and check this stuff out on your own. There's really nothing stopping you. I also like that on the title screen they provide a link to Joy-to-Key for you in case you don't have a way to map the controls to a joypad. It's actually the software of choice, I think, for most people. Alright, I guess I'm playing kind of sloppy now. I kind of feel like I should almost have a Mega Buster, since we're going like so far into like Mega Man territory. I'd like to charge up my shots. Also be very cool if there were like unlockable skins. Maybe you could unlock some like retro Nintendo characters. Why is that stuck on? Oh wow, I'm getting throwing stars stuck in my hair. That's real bad. I still can't see. Well, I took a lot of damage there. Restore some of my health. See, I need to get bullet power now, so I guess you kind of run a different build depending on how confident you feel. So I'm going to assume this will continue to get quite crazy as we go further in. Probably continue to shoot these things out of the air as much as possible. Oh boy. There we go. It'd be nice if those grenades had splash damage of some sort. On him, I mean, so that way if I could shoot them fast enough, maybe I would actually be rewarded for it. By the way, I quite like the visual aesthetic here. I mean, it's nothing crazy cool or anything. It's not like, wow, that did a lot of damage. It's not, like, super impressive, but at the same time, it feels right. And I really like the little details, like I said before, the little shell casings that accumulate on the ground. I guess we'll try for another strong bullet run. I felt like I did a bit better that way. But regardless, this is going to be a pretty short video just to get you acclimated to what you might expect out of this, and probably make you want to follow along with the development, since this is actually on Greenlight right now. You can actually vote for this to possibly become a game on the Steam distribution service, so I would probably recommend you do that if you find this to be as cool as I'm thinking it is. Of course, everyone has their own opinions and judgments, so no pressure. You do what you need to do. Did I just hit restore health by accident? I am very sad about that decision. Completely wasted it. Alright, I'm just gonna actually suicide because no reason to bother with that. I'm a little sad this is only available as a like an online play thing. I mean, for right now anyway. I would kind of like a downloadable client for this, and maybe that could happen. I mean, obviously if it gets on Greenlight, that's gonna on Steam, I should say, from Greenlight, that's going to happen if that does go through. But for now, I guess it is what it is. I also would like, if possible, for it to be available in a slightly higher resolution. I mean, that's really a silly criticism, but just for me, for recording's sake, it is very nice to be able to see this in some form of HD, or for a widescreen, you know, aspect ratio. But, you know, things are simple starting out, so that's no problem. I'd also love to see some, like, weapon upgrades, or some sort of ways to diversify your characters beyond just those little skill tree improvements. Although the ones that are there are probably some of the better choices they could have of what to improve about your character's performance. I haven't really been using it. There's also a dash move, which I have mapped up to the bumpers on the top. I'm not sure how necessary that really is. I feel like I actually move at a decent, reasonable pace as it is now. It'd also be kind of cool if, like, every 5 floors or every 10 floors or something, they put you through, like, a little platforming gauntlet. And if you perform well enough, or you get to the end or something, you could actually unlock a special ability or some kind of different enhancement of some form. Maybe you get, like, a double laser shot or something, or you get ability to throw grenades or cluster bombs or who knows what. Could be anything, but, you know, just would add a little bit more depth. And another element that I generally really enjoy about these sort of infinite, endless games is when they allow you to improve each time with some sort of a concrete reward. So in this case, I can imagine maybe we would do something like if you make it to a certain point, or you accumulate some sort of a currency, you can unlock a small permanent health upgrade that will carry through all your plays and allow you to get further and further into the game. But that is also something that would aid gameplay elements quite a bit if we were going towards some sort of a concrete ending, which, as far as I know, in this case we are not. It's an infinite game. I'm not sure what just happened there. I thought I died, but apparently I did not. And that time I did. So I guess Boss 4 is like my top performance here. I guess one more. I feel like I should stop, but at the same time it is somewhat addictive. Really hate not being able to see the dude for like 3 solid seconds. Yeah, we get it. Wall climb, we've done it. How about after you do the tutorial, it should just not even include that as part of the tower anymore. Like, you should just have to jump to stage 1. It should count as stage 0, and then after you clear it, it should just start you at stage 1. How about that? There's also a game that would really benefit from online leaderboards, and I see that the site itself that this is hosted on does in fact have leaderboards, but I haven't investigated that just yet. Is it just me too, or does it seem like the collision is a little bit spotty? Like, every so often, my bullets don't seem to hit consecutively? Maybe I'm mistaken there, but it just looks like I'm not making impacts, and there's no actual real feedback aside from seeing the boss flicker a little bit. I would like to hear maybe a little concrete sound every impact that is made, or, you know, have them flash red. You know, with a higher degree of granularity than is happening right now, because it seems a little bit nebulous. I would also love it if there were more character unlocks or customization options or something. Even if they're just skins, maybe let you pick different bullets, see what your gun looks like, or something like that. I don't want to keep adding to my power, but I guess I should just restore my health again. So the goal here is obviously just to get far ahead in terms of your capabilities. Whoa. That's pretty tricky. You just keep moving around. I'm not sure if the game actually is telling the truth when it says that it's adapting to you. I think it just follows sort of a prescribed set of adaptations no matter what you do. But then again, I don't know that for sure. It might actually be doing that. Seems a little spastic this time. Maybe it was doing that before. But yeah, I think when it said it's learning from you, I think it means that in a sort of a generalized way, like it's learning from all players equally at the same time. See that jump? That was a decent little dodge there. I have no idea where he is for half the time. Alright, I actually managed to pull that one out. Barely. So now I'm at this weird awkward position where I have to restore 33% of my health, which is not going to let me get any max health or bullet power up, which is just kind of lame. I'd prefer not to have that be the case. Maybe some rare drops could show up every now and then that just like restore your health to full, that way you don't squander around. But I guess they really do want to reward you for good play, which is entirely reasonable. And since you probably can follow the patterns, you know, I guess it makes sense that you would just get to perfect it after a while. Yeah, see, I don't know. I can't see the guy, like, half the time. I think it's just a frame rate thing. You know, when I'm recording, it's probably grabbing a certain amount of frames, and the guy's blinking animation is probably correlating with the same frames that it's grabbing, so I'm only seeing half of the sprites. Anyway, no need to explain that further. I think you get the idea. That is Bosses Forever. It's pretty freaking fun. I recommend you go play it. It is free. I will put the link in the description, and that will pretty much wrap us up for this episode. Of course, feel free to bring a friend and play together. And I think this game has a ton of potential. We went over a whole bunch of different options that I think could make this even better. But as it is right now, I see all that potential. I think it's got a lot going for it. Strong start, and it's probably only just going to get better and better as we keep going. So I would recommend you guys follow this one. It's probably going to be quite talked about later on. So give it your support, see what you can do, and hopefully that will lead to a fruitful Steam launch someday. So, as always, thank you for watching, and remember to head on over to the website, which is www.indie-impressions.com, so you can check out all the videos in case you missed any from previous days. We're like 330-something days into this little project of mine now, and we're going to continue to go, probably well past a year, hopefully, with your guys' support. But yeah, the website is the way to find and easily sort through all of the different videos that I've done. You can search for them by distribution method, so if you just want to see the free ones or the ones from Steam or the ones from Desera, you can just do that with a couple of clicks. Also, if you want to head on over to the Facebook site, that is facebook.com/indieimpressions. Feel free to leave a like on that. You'll get every day's new video delivered right into your Facebook feed to make it nice and convenient for you, so you don't have to go looking for them. I also do news updates and the occasional contest over there as well. And lastly, if you're a indie dev and you want to get in contact with me, there's either a contact form right on the website, or you can hit me up on Twitter at RockLeeSmile and say what's going on. I'd love to hear from you. But yeah, there's also all the links for all my social media stuff right in the description, so feel free to browse away. And when you're clicking through to go check out this game, feel free to check out my sites as well. So that is going to do it. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I hope you come back again tomorrow for another awesome indie game. Talk to you then. Later.